The Titanic. A name that sends shivers down the spine, even over a century after its tragic sinking. For years, we've been told the story of how this unsinkable ship met its untimely end on that fateful night in 1912. But what if I told you that the truth about the Titanic has been revealed? That the mystery surrounding its sinking has finally been solved? Would you believe me? The Titanic was a passenger liner that was constructed by the White Star Line in the early 20th century. It was one of the most luxurious and advanced ships of its time, with features such as a swimming pool, Turkish bath, and a grand staircase that led to the upper decks. In 1912, the Titanic set sail on its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York City with over 2,200 passengers and crew members on board. The Titanic was not just any ship. It was touted as the unsinkable ship due to its advanced safety features and innovative design. However, on April 14, 1912, tragedy struck. The Titanic struck an iceberg and sank, taking over 1,500 lives with it. The sinking of the Titanic was a result of a combination of factors. The ship's speed, the iceberg warnings that were ignored, and the lack of lifeboats all played a role in the tragedy. Additionally, the Titanic's steel was not up to the standards that we have today, which made it more vulnerable to damage. Despite the numerous investigations and inquiries that followed the Titanic's sinking, many questions still remain. What really happened on that fateful night? Why were there not enough lifeboats on board? What could have been done to prevent the tragedy? These are questions that have lingered for over a century and continue to fascinate people all over the world. One of the most popular theories is that the Titanic was sunk deliberately. Some people believe that there was a conspiracy to sink the Titanic for financial gain, while others believe that it was an act of war. There are also theories that suggest that the Titanic was sunk by a German U-boat, or that it was a result of a mummy's curse. Despite the popularity of these theories, there is little evidence to support them. For example, the idea that the Titanic was sunk deliberately for financial gain has been debunked by multiple investigations, as it is unlikely that anyone would deliberately sink a ship that was worth millions of dollars. Similarly, the theory that the Titanic was sunk by a German U-boat has been disproved, as there is no evidence that any German submarine was in the vicinity of the Titanic on the night it sank. As for the idea of a mummy's curse, it is nothing more than a sensationalistic story that has been popularized by Hollywood. In fact, the only curse associated with the Titanic is the curse of hindsight, as it is easy to see now what could have been done differently to prevent the tragedy. While these theories may be interesting to contemplate, it is important to remember that they are just that, theories. The truth about the Titanic's sinking is far more complex than any one theory can account for. In the next chapter, we will reveal some new evidence that sheds light on what really happened on that fateful night, and that may surprise you. Recent research has uncovered a new revelation that challenges many of the previous assumptions about the Titanic's sinking. This new information is based on a comprehensive analysis of historical documents, eyewitness accounts, and forensic evidence. The evidence that supports this revelation is compelling. It reveals a sequence of events that occurred in the lead-up to the sinking, as well as the actions taken by the crew in response to the disaster. This information was uncovered through a combination of archival research and advanced forensic analysis, including the use of underwater imaging and computer simulations. Now, I know you're all eager to hear the full details of this new revelation, but I'm afraid I'm going to have to ask you to bear with me just a little bit longer. You see, the truth about the Titanic's sinking is complex, and we need to set the stage properly before we can reveal this new information. The new revelation is that the Titanic's hull had a design flaw that made it vulnerable to the iceberg collision that ultimately led to its sinking. The design flaw was in the form of a series of vertical gaps between the steel plates of the hull, which weakened its structural integrity. When the Titanic hit the iceberg, the impact caused the steel plates to buckle and separate, leading to a catastrophic failure of the hull. This new evidence fits into the broader context of the Titanic's history, helping to explain why the unsinkable ship was able to sink so quickly. The design flaw was a result of cost-cutting measures that were taken during the construction of the Titanic, which prioritized speed and luxury over safety. It also highlights the importance of rigorous safety inspections and testing to prevent similar disasters from happening in the future. The implications of this new information are significant for our cultural memory of the Titanic. For over a century, the sinking of the Titanic has been shrouded in myth and mystery, with numerous theories and speculations about what really happened. This new evidence helps to dispel some of those myths and gives us a clearer understanding of the true sequence of events. We'd love to hear from you. Share your thoughts and questions in the comments below. And if you enjoyed this video, please consider subscribing to our channel for more engaging and informative content. Thanks for watching. See you in the next video.